Have you ever wondered about the man who electrified the world, the genius who saw the future in a flash of lightning? We're talking about Nikola Tesla, a name synonymous with brilliance, mystery, and a vision that was light years ahead of its time. But behind the towering intellect and the revolutionary inventions lies a story far more complex and fascinating than most people know. This isn't just about coils and currents. It's about a man who walked a fine line between genius and madness, who claimed to hear voices in the crackle of electricity, and who dared to defy the very fabric of reality. Born in 1856 in what is now Croatia, Tesla's beginnings were marked by strange and powerful visions. From a young age, he was plagued by flashes of light, often accompanied by vivid, detailed images of inventions he hadn't yet created. He could visualize machines in his mind with such precision that he could build, test, and even dismantle them entirely in his imagination before ever touching a single tool. This extraordinary mental ability was both a gift and a curse. It allowed him to design groundbreaking technology, but it also isolated him, setting him apart from his peers who couldn't comprehend his methods. Imagine this, a young Tesla, walking through a park at sunset, reciting poetry. Suddenly, an idea strikes him like a thunderbolt. He grabs a stick and frantically draws a diagram in the dirt. The diagram for a rotating magnetic field. The very principle that would power our modern world through alternating current, or AC. This wasn't a slow, methodical process. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated inspiration. A vision downloaded directly into his mind. This single idea would put him on a collision course with one of the most powerful men of his era, his future employer and eventual rival, Thomas Edison. When Tesla arrived in America in 1884, he had little more than the clothes on his back, a letter of recommendation to Edison, and a head full of world-changing ideas. Edison, the pragmatic, trial-and-error inventor, was immediately impressed, but also wary of this brilliant, eccentric young man. He hired Tesla, promising him a handsome reward if he could improve Edison's own direct current, or DC, system. Tesla, with his characteristic genius, did just that. But when he went to collect his promised payment, Edison laughed it off, saying, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." That moment was a turning point. It ignited a feud that would become known as the War of the Currents. This wasn't just a business dispute. It was a clash of ideologies. Edison's DC was inefficient over long distances, while Tesla's AC could travel for hundreds of miles with minimal power loss. The future of electricity hung in the balance. Edison, fearing the threat to his empire, launched a vicious smear campaign, publicly electrocuting animals with AC to prove its dangers. But Tesla, backed by industrialist George Westinghouse, held his ground. The ultimate showdown came at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair. While Edison's pavilion flickered with a few dim DC bulbs, Tesla and Westinghouse illuminated the entire fairgrounds with the dazzling, powerful glow of alternating current. The City of Light was born, and the world saw firsthand the superiority of Tesla's vision. AC had won. It's the reason the lights in your home turn on today, the reason your phone charges, the reason our entire power grid functions. With the war of the currents behind him, Tesla's mind soared to even greater heights. He dreamt of a world connected by wireless energy. Not just wireless communication, like radio, but wireless power, transmitted through the air itself, available to anyone, anywhere, on Earth, for free. This led him to build his most mysterious and ambitious project, a colossal tower at Wardenclyffe on Long Island. This wasn't just a radio antenna. It was a global broadcasting system designed to tap into the Earth's own resonant frequency, turning the entire planet into a giant conductor. He believed he could send not just messages, but images, and even electricity, to any point on the globe without wires. It was during his experiments with these powerful electrical forces, particularly in his Colorado Springs lab, that Tesla's experiences became even more strange. He claimed to receive rhythmic, intelligent signals from space. Were they from another planet? Mars, perhaps? He was convinced he had made contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. While many dismissed these claims as the ravings of an over-imaginative mind, Tesla was certain. He documented the patterns, believing he was on the cusp of humanity's greatest discovery. To him, the universe was a symphony of frequencies, and he was the one conductor who could hear the music. He heard voices in the static, messages in the electrical hum. But Tesla's grandest dreams were never fully realized. His primary investor, J.P. Morgan, pulled funding for Wardenclyffe Tower when he realized Tesla's goal wasn't just wireless telegraphy, but free energy for all. Why would he fund a system that couldn't be metered and sold? The tower, Tesla's magnificent dream, was eventually dismantled and sold for scrap. It was a crushing blow from which Tesla never fully recovered. He spent the later years of his life in relative obscurity, living in New York City hotels, feeding pigeons, and continuing to fill notebooks with revolutionary ideas, from particle beam weapons, which he called a death ray, to harnessing geothermal energy. The man who had illuminated the world died alone and in debt in 1943. After his death, the US government seized truckloads of his notes and research, classifying much of it. This has only fueled speculation and conspiracy theories. What was in those documents? Did he truly invent the death ray? Did he figure out how to manipulate time and space? The truth remains shrouded in mystery, locked away in government vaults. So, who was Nikola Tesla? Was he a scientist, a showman, a prophet, or something else entirely? He was a man who saw the invisible forces that bind our universe and sought to harness them for the good of humanity. His mind operated on a different frequency, a wavelength that most of us can only guess at. He gave us the modern age, from the remote control to radio and, of course, the AC power that runs our civilization. Yet, his most radical ideas, free wireless energy, communication with other worlds, were dismissed as science fiction. Perhaps the world simply wasn't ready for him. Or perhaps his visions were not just of technology, but of a different kind of reality, one where energy is abundant and free, and humanity is connected not just by wires, but by the very frequencies of the cosmos. The line between his scientific genius and his profound, almost mystical experiences is blurry. He didn't just invent, he communed with electricity. He didn't just calculate, he saw visions. Tesla's story is a powerful reminder that the greatest leaps forward often come from those who dare to dream the impossible, who listen to the whispers others can't hear, and who aren't afraid to defy reality itself. His legacy isn't just in the light bulbs that shine above us, but in the enduring question of what else is possible. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the mind of a true genius. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of history's most incredible figures. Let me know in the comments what you think about Tesla's most mysterious claims. Until next time, stay curious.